Hello! When you're recording videos and creating content, there's often the question of what to talk about and which ideas you want to utilize and where you got your ideas from. So in my case, as you probably have seen on my channel, my ideas come from my daily life. That could be either just things which I do take care about every day at my work. It can be the stuff I'm using, or at the end also just my travels and perspectives out of the train. What it's going to be in your case, it could be something or some skill you want to share to anyone else to learn how to do it too. It could be, on the other hand, things where you at the end realize that it's going to be something the people might be interested to. And last but not least, if you go around, travel, it doesn't need to be a full-scale holiday, but maybe just a small day trip where you might share as well. At the end, the most successful pieces of information you can share on YouTube is answering specific questions, and this concept I got from Think Media, and I could relate to that because my videos are answering specific questions, though I'm still working on the titling and the thumbnails to be found more easily by people, even though that I'm thinking that some of the answers I'm delivering are or have been already helpful to others, at least from the feedback I received so far. What I do when I have an idea for a video, there's basically two options. One is take the camera, have a least amount of friction, and just record it, as I'm doing right now. On the other hand, there might be the option that I cannot record it right away due to time constraints, or I want to do something else first, maybe working, etc. And in those cases, I just note it down. I use Notion. You could use any other note-taking app. Make a category for your videos. And what I started to do is to just basically put down the title of the idea which I have, and then later move on to refine the title, maybe make a schedule when I want to do that, etc. And many times I even mentally I forgot about the idea of the video, but when I browse through my video idea database, I'm seeing like, oh, there's like 100 more ideas to be recreated, and some of them need a little more effort in advance, like setting something up, using a certain camera, or I need to record it at home because if I want to take a book and I want to reread that first before I make a video about it, then in those cases I cannot do that just like being on the train or walking around as right now. While on the other hand, if I speak about memories or something I experienced in my life, that's going to be more easy to record something, as I can just talk about it because it's just basically in my head. When it comes to the creation out of blank, watching other people's content gives you a lot of ideas, at least in my case, on the how, on the what about, and on the titling and thumbnails. And there is always the discussion about copying or stealing versus copying. And I think the answer here is pretty simple. If you create something new by taking pieces of someone else or someone else's work, there you go. That's the right way to do. So what happens many times is when you talk about music, for example, most of the notes have been played already. Some of the rhythms have been played already, and there you have to be. And there was a discussion with Moses Pelham at Kraftwerk in Germany, if you want to Google that. But in general, if you recreate something and you take someone else's work inside, be sure that it's either clearly stated. When it comes to YouTube videos, that's pretty simple, for the reference, etc. And the same as with quoting in if you make a PhD or something, you need to be precise in where you took the exact excerpts from. But besides this, if you follow those rules and guidelines, you are already on a good way to go. And you skip part of the idea making process because it already appeals to you and you see it and you want to create something similar, or you want to add a twist on it or your own opinion, or maybe you have a sort of experience which would add to the information of the original content. And there we go also to a second part. If you reference to that video or to that person, it already gives you some leverage, because people have been searching or watching that content anyways. They have a certain understanding where you can build upon. That makes your creational process a little easier, and at the end still gives a benefit to the viewer in an informative part. We saw on the other hand on TikTok, for example, this process of making videos in a sort of scheme, in a sort of pattern, where you recreate basically the idea where someone else makes the video already. It could be something like the ice bucket challenge, etc. So you take an existing working idea and just follow that challenge. And this by itself gives you another video idea. It gives you another video you can shoot. And most of the process of generating this video from scripting, etc., has already been done by the creator of the initial idea and initial concept. And that makes it really rather simple to just get along and put a content out, while the result is already predictable in terms of that people might be just enjoying the content or people take something out of it. And in both cases, you should probably get along and get a step forward doing so. Because if you follow the steps of other people, you probably reach the same destination. That makes it, let's say, a valuable video decision, because it gives you this little feeling of achievement in the result. Although I mostly say stick with the process. If you enjoy that one, the result will follow by itself. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more of my content, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos coming about general learnings on my YouTube channel, but also stuff which I learned at work and the gear I'm using. If there's something inside for you, I'm happy to hear so. Leave some comments down in the comment section and I will reply, because right now I'm still able to do so, because I don't have so many comments right now. So yeah, help me a little enjoying that process of answering to comments. Thank you so much. Have a great one and see you next time.